Welcome dear children to the Rajkumar College Rajkot. We have already seen in the yesterday's video all the types of input devices, right? So today we are going to see the output devices and the different parts of CPU and what is a CPU. Now before that, let us see what is a CPU, right? Processing device first. Okay, CPU stands for Central Processing Unit, right? Central Processing Unit. You need to remember, as you know, you are learning since when. So now you might have remembered what is the full form of CPU, Central Processing Unit. Now what exactly is the CPU? Actually CPU is like a brain. Okay, it is considered as the brain of a computer. The activities that we perform are the results of the signals which we receive from our brain, right? That is our activities, right? Likewise, CPU is also a brain of a computer. Wherever it processes and stores the information, performs calculations and sends the result to the output devices, right? It performs all the job which we want it to do. It is also known as the system unit. CPU is also known as system unit. The three main parts of CPU is MU, CU and ALU. Memory unit, what does the memory unit do? MU do. This unit stores the information temporarily or permanently according to our need, right? Memory unit, it stores your file for a while or permanently. If you store it for permanently, it will store for you for permanently. Then we have arithmetic and logical unit. This performs all the arithmetic and logical calculations and operations. And then we have control unit. The control unit works like traffic police. Okay, it will manage all the operations. Now this is input unit. Whenever you give some input, right, immediately it will be passes to control unit. Control unit will decide that whether it is to be saved, then it will pass it to memory unit, or if it wants to do any arithmetic or logical calculations, then it will go to ALU unit. After the calculation is done, you can see both the sided double-headed arrow is there. It means input and output both is done. After the calculations is done, it is passed to control unit, and then control unit will pass it to output device. So this is how the three parts of CPU works, and the CPU does it in a very fast, right? It processes it very fast. So let us see a small video on it, and then we will do the different output devices, right? Okay. So this is our video. Fine. I would like to play from beginning. Yes.
Processing unit, CPU, is the main part of the computer. Many other parts are connected to the CPU through wires or cables. The actual processing is done within this unit only. That is why it is called the brain of the computer. In the human body, the brain has the most important role. All our actions are the result of the signals we receive from our brain. Moreover, whenever we learn a new thing, it gets sorted in our memory. We keep storing information in our memory or part of our brain. And whatever information is needed, we recall that information and act accordingly. Let us understand more about CPU. CPU is the brain of the computer, where it receives and stores information. It makes calculations and sends results to the output devices. CPU is also known as system unit. Input devices and output devices are the peripherals attached to it. Main parts of the CPU. The three main parts of the CPU are MU, ALU, CU. MU. The memory unit stores the information temporarily for making calculations. This temporary storage is made up of registers. A register is like a piece of paper for rough calculation work. If you want to store information permanently, send the output to some storage devices like CD, DVD, hard disk, pen drive, etc. ALU. It is the arithmetic and logic unit that performs all calculations and logical operations. CU. The control unit manages all the operations of a computer system, all parts and peripherals of a computer system. It also controls the transfer of information from one part of the CPU to another. Working of a computer system. The three main activities of a computer system are as follows. Input. Taking input through input devices, storing in memory. Processing. The execution of data and instructions in ALU. Output. Displaying the processed data in a location depending upon program or instructions. All these activities are performed by the CPU. The control unit or CU decides when to take input from the input device. It then sends data and instructions to the memory unit or MU. When required, the data is sent to the ALU and calculations are made as told in the program. Moreover, after calculations, when and where to store the output is also decided by the CU. CPU cabinets are available in various designs but contain the same components inside.
Fine. So you hope you have liked it, right? So this was the different parts of CPU and the CPU. Now let us go to the output devices. Now output devices, what does the mean of output, right? Output devices are used to display the data that we input into a computer and the results which we get after processing it. It is called an output. Now to see output we need a different output devices, right? Like monitor. The monitor, it looks like a television, right? It is also a visual display unit. Whatever output you see on monitor, it is a soft copy, right? So there are different types of monitors like CRT monitor, LCD and LED monitors, right? If you remember, we have seen the difference between it. CRT was the introduction of the monitors, right? See the body, look at the structure of the CRT monitors and look at the structure of LCD monitor and LED monitor. Okay, now see, this LED and LCD has become lighter in weight. This is little bit compared to heavy to them, right? And even they used to consume more electricity compared to LCD and LED. LED is a monitor that consumes least power supply, right? So these are the different types of monitors, right? And CRT full form is cathode ray tube, liquid light emitting device LED and liquid crystal display. So these are the three different types of monitors. Let us see the other output device, that is speaker. As we all know, speaker are the output device used to listen to music and other sounds effect from the computer. Even some computers have inbuilt speaker in it, or from outside you need to attach, right? So and that outside means you have to connect it to the CPU. Then we have printer, the most important part of a computer system. It prints the output onto the paper, and the output printed on paper is called hard copy. The most common printers like dot matrix, inkjet and laser. Now the dot matrix printer works like a typewriter. It creates an impression strike on the paper. Now what is that? There is a stick in it. If you press A, the A letter will come and print it on the paper. And it used to make a lot of noise when it was introduced, and it used to take a long time to take a printer, right? It is very noisy and very least expensive. Dot matrix printers are not so common nowadays. Almost it is vanished now. Somewhere it is used because it's very noisy and it used to take some time to take a print. Okay. Then we have inkjet printer. Sprays droplets of ink on paper to form text and graphics. Mainly inkjet printer is a ideal printer for business and routine. Okay, for our personal this one, it can print in black as well as colored. It produces very high quality printer with the special papers. Okay, then we have laser printer. It uses a dry ink to print, and it is mostly used in publishing house. Publishing house means like our textbook, who are preparing the textbooks and all that, they use this high quality laser printer. It works very fast and gives high quality output, and it works like a photocopier, means exact copy of the page you want, the same time of print it will take out. But it is mainly used in the graphic side, means a very good, a very high good quality of output you want on your paper through a printout, then they use laser printers, right? So now let us see a video on the different output devices, right?
A computer talks to us through output devices. Output device. An output device is used to display, print, or show the result of processing done by the CPU. Normally, the result is displayed on the monitor. This is the main output device. Results can be printed on paper also, using a printer. There are various output devices available to get information from a computer. The most common output devices are monitor, printer. Monitor. It is the main output device. It can display both text and graphics. Whatever you type with the keyboard can be seen on the monitor. The monitor has an on and off button and an indicator light. The indicator light tells that the monitor is on. An amber light indicates that the monitor is in sleep mode. If you turn your monitor off with the switch located on the monitor, there will be no indicator light. When you boot up your computer, you will have to turn the monitor on by pressing the on-off switch. A monitor is similar to a TV screen. Types of monitors. CRT monitors. A CRT or cathode ray tube monitor is an old type monitor. It has a bulging screen. These monitors can display colored drawings, pictures, and photographs. Text can also be displayed in different colors. You can highlight the text also. LCD monitors. The LCD or liquid crystal display monitor has a flat screen. It is very lightweight and consumes less power. These monitors are available in different sizes. The normal size of a common screen is between 12 to 15 inches. Nowadays, the 17 to 20 inches or more monitor is more popular. A computer system cannot work without a monitor. However, it can work without a printer. Never prick an LCD monitor or screen with any sharp thing like pen, pencil, etc. It can puncture and burst. Printers. What you see on the monitor can be printed on the paper using a printer. Hard copy. The printed copy is known as the hard copy. A printer produces output on paper which is permanent and can be referred to at any time. The printing can be black and white or colored. The speed of a printer is measured in the following forms. CPS, that is characters per second. LPM, that is lines per minute. ppm, that's pages per minute. The faster the printing, the more expensive is the printer. Types of printer. Printers use different techniques to print on the paper. There are three main kinds of printers available in the market. These are dot matrix printer, inkjet printer, laser printer. Dot matrix printer. This printer prints characters by striking pins against an ink ribbon. Each pin makes a dot, and dots in combination form a character. These printers are slow and the quality of output is also ordinary. These are now obsolete. Inkjet printer. This printer sprays ink on a sheet of paper to form characters. The quality of printing is medium and better than dot matrix printers. These printers are generally used at homes. Laser printer. A laser printer deflects laser beams onto a photosensitive surface to print characters with the help of powder ink. Laser printers produce high-quality printouts and have the fastest printing speeds. But they are expensive, especially color printers. Generally, these printers are used in offices and publishing houses for printing. Inkjet printers are cheaper than laser printers and generally able to print in color also. There are different types of papers available in the market.
Okay, fine. So this was the different output devices, right? Hope you have liked both the videos of CPU and the different output devices, right? So this is all for your chapter 1. Prep is given, that is you have to write the question answers of lesson 1 in your study book once, only one time. Okay, it is available on page number 11. Write the question answers once in your study book. Okay, thank you children, and have a nice day.